So guys, welcome to the beginning of Season 2 of my FIFA 16 Leicester City crew mode. Today, we'll be kicking off Season 2 and what a first season we did have. If you guys did miss the first season of this FIFA 16 Leicester City crew mode, there will be a full series playlist link down below in the description. We had a fantastic season. It was a fun crew mode to do, and this is going to be obviously the Road to Glory career mode. We're going to try and bring Leicester City into the Champions League. You guys can see on your screens right now that we did finish in 5th position last season. We're actually in the top 4 for most of the season, but at the end of the season we did drop quite a bit of points, and it was Bournemouth, Watford, who did get relegated, and also Crystal Palace. That is our side. This is the lineup that we did end the first season on. So we had the likes of Embolo, new signing, Pereira, a player who did very well during last season, Demarai Gray, who did come in during the January transfer window, who also did play very well, and I'm very excited to start off this second season. So if you guys are excited to see the Leicester City crew mode back on the channel, go ahead and click that like button. Make sure you drop a comment down below that I can respond to, and make sure you also subscribe if you are new around here. Actually, down below in the comment section, let me know on players that you want me to sign during this transfer window, or during the season, throughout this second season. What players do you want me to sign? We have a total of £32.5 million as our transfer budget to work with to start off this second season, and that is amazing. £32.5 million as our transfer budget is loads of money, and I'm not going to go for those big players. I'm going to go for youth players, and definitely players that we can develop and players that could grow throughout this career mode. Our league objective is to qualify for the Europa League. As we take a look at the league table, taking a look at the teams who have been promoted, the teams who are now in this Premier League are Hull City, Middlesbrough and Sheffield Wednesday. All those three teams have been promoted from the Championship, and they are now in the Premier League. And a player who played very well last season, who was the standout, was Pereira, and he was on loan throughout season 1 from Manchester United. So his loan spell is actually going to expire, and we're going to try and sign Pereira during this transfer window. You guys can see there are a few players that did put my scout to scout them further. The likes of Nyang, definitely a very strong, pacey striker. Also a centre-back from Real Madrid. I want to say his name is Valero, and definitely a player that I really do want to bring in. He has some very good stats for a 19-year-old, and as you guys can probably tell from the thumbnail on this video, is Martin Odegaard, the man who is at Real Madrid, who has loads of potential in career mode and also in real life, and he's definitely a player I do want to sign. So, new season, we're heading into a new month, and it is time to train one of our players. If you guys don't know how my training does work in career mode, I will give you guys a rundown. So each month we'll be training a separate player. So the month of July we will be training Demarai Gray. That is throughout the whole month of July, and then in August we'll be moving on to a different player, and then we will be training a different player. So I hope you guys do understand that. So each month training is dedicated to one specific player, as we have received a pre-season tournament invite, and I'm going to accept it, and I will be playing the European International Cup. And you guys can probably tell from the teams there that this is definitely a cup, a trophy that we could be winning. Last season in the pre-season tournament we didn't actually do quite well, and that is definitely something I do want to do, because we do get an extra £5 million in our transfer budget. Us, Leicester City, definitely need that. We do have £32.5 million, but I really do want another £5 million added to that transfer budget. As you guys can see, there are a few teams who have come with a few transfer offers for our players, and a player who will be in high demand is Kasper Schmeichel. We all know how well Kasper Schmeichel played during season 1. That man was unstoppable in goals, and let's hope that he can continue that good form during this season also. As we're taking a look at our transfer budget, like I did say, we got £32.5 million as our transfer budget, and that is loads of money, because we didn't actually start off with quite a lot of money last season. I think it was around £9 to £12 million mark. That is what we did start with. Obviously, when we did get higher in competitions, we obviously did get money for it. As Damari Gray, he has received another training session, which is awesome to see. His overall is going up by quite a bit, and he was a player who did come in during January, who did play quite well, and that is a one player that I can't wait to use throughout this whole second season, and just to see how well he does develop. As like I did say, Kasper Schmeichel is a player that is in high demand when he does come to transfers. So a player has been sold. It is Hummer who has left the club. He was a 32-year-old, I want to say, goalkeeper. He has left the club. And Wes Morgan does want to depart the club. He did send me an email saying he wants to leave the club, and Hull City have come in with an offer for him, and I have accepted it. Celtic come with an offer for Kasper Schmeichel, and also Athletic Bilbao. And like I did say, this player is in high demand at the moment, as we will be heading into the first game of this pre-season tournament. It is against Ajax, the Netherlands side. Ajax versus Leicester City, and Ajax are definitely a very good side when it does come to career mode, and just in general, Ajax have a very strong side, a very young side also. As we do head into the first highlight in this game in the 40th minute, ball gets played to Charlie Austin, who didn't have the best of seasons last season. Season 1 wasn't really Charlie Austin's season. He didn't play quite well, but there was an episode when he did score a hat-trick, so he did play alright, but when he did come down to it, Charlie Austin was quite of a disappointment last season. Let's hope that he can hit back this season, but he's definitely a player that if he was to depart the club, I wouldn't mind, because we are looking for another striker to replace Charlie Austin. Ajax had a chance there during the second half, but in the 87th minute, they had a fantastic chance just before this game did end. As they are on the ball, they try and play it inside. We try and clear it out, but as you guys can see, they really did have a one-on-one chance, and Kasper Schmeichel pulls off a save like he has done throughout this series so many times. The game is going to end Leicester City 0, Ajax 0. So it is a 0-0 draw to start off this pre-season tournament. A 0-0 draw against Ajax, I will take that. We didn't score any goals, but we didn't concede, and that's alright, just as long as we are not conceding. And definitely during last season, we did pick up quite a lot of draws. That is also another reason why we didn't finish in the top 4. So that is definitely something we really do have to improve on. So I haven't actually given you guys my expectations, my objectives for the second season in this Leicester City career mode. So last season, I wanted to finish in the top half of the table, maybe pushing for Champions League, and we did do that. We will be in the Europa League this season, but the disappointing thing was that we were sitting in the top 4 throughout the whole season, and then we did drop off quite a bit when it did come to the end of the season. So my objective for the second season is definitely to finish in Champions League, definitely finish in a top 4 position and push into the Champions League next season. Also, I do want to make a few bigger signings throughout this transfer window. Not this transfer window, to say, but the next transfer window, the January transfer window, I really do want to bring up this Leicester City side signing big name players in this series, because I really do want to see the likes of, you can say, like an Aguero or Ronaldo. That is what I want this Leicester City career mode to become, is when Leicester, our team, is that good that we can sign the likes of those sort of players. But it will be quite difficult, because this is a 4 or 5 season project. So this is really just beginning in this career mode series, as the second game of this pre-season tournament is against Mainz, the German side, as the transfer has been confirmed. Oscar is transferred from Chelsea. He's leaving Chelsea, and he's now an Atletico Madrid player. As in the 40th minute of this game, it was our opposition, the German side, Mainz, who had the first chance as they take a shot, and Kasper Schmeichel yet again pulls off a save. Just before halftime, a ball gets played to Matty James as he takes a shot, and that one goes just over the goal. And I really am trying to get used to this Leicester side again. Has been a while since we did finish the first season of this Leicester City career mode. I want to get used to the side again, because for all you guys that do know, I did take a season break. We went to the Real Madrid career mode, and now we're back to the Leicester City career mode. In the 70th minute, Charlie Austin had a chance on goal as his shot did go wide. And yet again, the German side, Mainz, had a chance on goal. Kasper Schmeichel with the save. The rebound is going to fall again to the Mainz player, and Kasper Schmeichel pulls off a fantastic save. He's continuing where he did leave off in the first season. Second game of this preseason tournament is going to end in a 0-0 draw, and as you guys can see, that we're trying to advance through this preseason tournament. Not going to show you guys too many highlights. We really want to get into the main season and the Premier League season that will be starting in the next episode. So make sure you don't miss it. Like I did say, go ahead and click that subscribe button so you don't miss a video from me. This is post commentary. We are back to the post commentaries. I like to do it for my main career mode series. As you guys can see, Pereira was the one player, definitely a player that I really do want to sign during this transfer window, as we're going to offer Manchester United £2.5 million for Pereira. We could have signed him for less than that last season. But like I did say, we did sign him on loan, and a player that I really do want to sign in this career mode, and you guys can probably tell from the thumbnail, is Martin Odegaard, 17-year-old at Real Madrid. He'll be coming in on loan. Well, hopefully he'll be coming in on loan. We can develop him a bit, and if he does play well, we could sign him before we do start season 3. It is going to be a one season loan. As you guys can see, also the centre back from Real Madrid, like I did say, I don't really know his name. I think his name is Valero or something around that, but he's definitely a player I do want to sign. Look at those stats for a very, very young player. Definitely a player I do want to sign, and could be a great addition to our centre-back partnership, because we do have Moore, the centre-back, and Kurt Zouma. They're the two centre-backs that I really, really like. We do have the likes of Huth also at the back, and he's around 32 years of age, and definitely a player that is going to decrease in his overalls. But we got off to the perfect start in this final friendly competition game. This is in the group stage, and it's against Bologna, and we got off to the perfect start. It was Embolo who made his way onto goal and finished that one into the top corners. In the 17th minute, ball gets played to Embolo again. He did very well when he did sign for the club. I think it was during the January transfer window last season. He had another chance on goal, but he was only denied by the Bologna goalkeeper. But just before this game did end, or the last highlight before this game does end, in the 25th minute, we have a player who does go down. I think it was Matty James who did go down there, but resulting in that 29 yards out, it is Fushis who's going to take the free kick, and there's a fantastic free kick there from our left back. Definitely a player that I really wasn't too high on when it does come to free kicks. Usually we'll play Mahrez as that free kick taker, but he's gone into the back of the net. That's a fantastic goal there from the left back, and we're going to pick up a 2-0 win against Bologna. So that means after this game, we will be going through into the knockout stages. I won't show you guys the actual league table, but we'll be going through to the knockout stages of this pre-season tournament. And like I did say, this is a competition that I do want to win. A 2-0 win against Bologna. We're actually undefeated so far in this pre-season tournament, and that is the way we do want to keep it. As Manchester United have accepted my £2.5 million bid for Andreas Pereira, 20,000 per week, 4 years, an important first team player. I could have given him a crucial first team player. He did start almost every game last season, and a player who did really surprise me and did play quite well, as it is Deportivo who come with a £6.5 million bid for Charlie Austin, and I did accept it. Like I did say, Charlie Austin is a player who didn't play quite well last season, and it really is a waste of space in our squad, as Martin Odegaard is a signing in this career mode series. Odegaard has signed for the club. He's actually the first signing in this transfer window when it does come to players signing for the club. So Odegaard is the first signing, and Pereira is going to be the second signing. Yes, Pereira is back at the King Power Stadium. Pereira will be playing yet again in a Leicester City kit, but this time Pereira will be a permanent deal. He'll be a permanent Leicester City player, and I really find it very good and quite interesting that we used Pereira so much last season, and he is now a full-on member at Leicester City. He is a complete transfer. He will be in the starting 11. So like I did say, this is now the knockout stages of the pre-season tournament. Remember, we win this game, we go to the final, and the final will be possibly played in the last episode. We're coming up against this side, Rio Ave, a team that I know nothing about, didn't even know that they were actually on FIFA. So we're coming up against them. We are playing, obviously, this game in the pre-season tournament, a tournament that I do want to win, like I've said so many times this episode. Mark Schwarzer will be starting in goals. He has signed another contract. He's on his, I think this is his final season. I thought he was going to retire at the end of last season, but looks like he's playing this season also. As we almost got off to the perfect start, in the 6th minute, it's Albrighton who makes his way onto goal, a player who really did shine last season also. Near the end of the season, Albrighton did play quite well, as in the 13th minute it is our opposition on the attack as they're passing the ball around, play through to their striker. He puts that one into the back of the net. They thought they took the lead, but he was actually offside. The linesman does call him offside, and scores are going to remain at 0-0 in the 14th minute here in this game. As we push on in this first half also, it's Drinkwater who receives the ball, and he was a player who played very well last season also. When Pereira was injured, Drinkwater will come into the central attacking midfield position. Also, when Kante was injured, it was Drinkwater who played in that central midfield position. And talking about Kante, he's actually going to pick up a goal here in the 27th minute, and we do lead, and if the scores do remain at a 1-0 scoreline, we'll go through to the final of the pre-season tournament. But it wasn't going to end at a 1-0 victory to us. You guys can see that we did concede, and the opposition did make it 1-1. It was Rio Ave who did make it 1-1. It was actually Pereira who actually went to clear that one out and completely missed the ball, which was quite surprising, as the game is going to end at a 1-1 scoreline. So 1-1, and we will be going into penalties. There is no extra time in this preseason tournament. We will be going straight into penalties. Rio Ave 1, Leicester City 1, and resulting in that, like it did say, we will be going into penalties. I won't be showing you guys the full penalty shootout, but I will be showing you all the first penalty for each team and then the end result. So can we go through to the pre-season tournament final? Like I did say, this is a tournament that I do want to win, and it could give us a perfect kickstart for the second season, as we do concede there. Mark Schwarzer went the wrong way, but Mbolo is going to step up. Can Mbolo sink our first penalty and put it into the back of the net? Yes, he can, into that top corner. As it's now 4-3 on penalties, our opposition do take it. They're actually going to hit the crossbar, and that means that they have lost and they have been knocked out. Which means, guys, we're going to the final of the preseason tournament. How awesome is that? We're going to be in the final of the preseason tournament in the next episode. So make sure you don't miss the next episode. Like I did say, go ahead and click that subscribe button. Subscribe so you don't miss any videos from me. Go ahead and click that like button if you did enjoy today's episode. Make sure to drop a comment down below that I can respond to. We're coming up against Mainz in the final. We did play them earlier on in today's episode. So it's Mainz versus Leicester City in the next episode in the final. Like I did say, comment down below on players you want me to sign, subscribe, and I'll see you all on my next video.